in my adult life, so much more has happened that has we we can dive into any of this. One of the probably the major how do I put this? The Probably the hardest part about being an Asian American woman in America is for me, probably for a lot of us, from what I've read and experienced, um, is the sexualization, like just the hypersexualization of Asian American women. And I've certainly experienced that personally, from the random men who feel perfectly okay with coming up to you just really randomly. I don't know you from anyone, and just start having this sexualized conversation with me. And I'm not sure if that happens to just everyone because, I mean, I'm sure it does. But it's specific to racial issues. So, for example, I've had more men than I can count who told me that they've been stationed in some Asian country. It's not even always Korea. It's just, some Asian country, and how they loved it, and how they love the food, and that they love the women. The women are so beautiful and exotic. Exotic is always the word that comes up, right? And you just want to kind of barf on them and walk away, but I don't. It's happened more times than I can count. Like, it really has. And sadly, you know, there's there. I, I'm jumping forward a little bit here because within the past few years, we're having these conversations again because history always gets rewritten a few times. And people want to make Asian American women in America hypersexualized, as some kind of exotic fetish, whether it's in culture and pop culture, um, and the role of Asian American women in American history, particularly American West, and building the West. And all those conversations are important. They're important conversations to have, to say that there certainly was the history there, but also trying to deal with that stereotype, that we as women can come across. And it really came to within the past few years, anyway. When the shootings in the Atlanta area. When that happened a few years back, um, that whole conversation came to the public sphere again because the stereotypical, reaction to that as well. These women worked in a massage spa and a health spa, and so they must have been sex workers, and so that whole conversation comes up again. Well, why is that? Why would that be the normal reaction for people? And then unpacking all of that, um, and then the increased Asian American hate since COVID. All of it just kind of keeps coming up for us, and trying to have these conversations about what it's like to be an Asian American, and particularly as a woman, existing in these spaces, and how difficult it can be at times. So
Thanks for watching. For access to the full length conversation and all of the 2 hour long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support and see you next time.